you went through your premenopausal and then you went into menopause. Some of us are, like I said, having hysterectomy, and some of them, and these people have, and these women haven't even had children yet.
Mm-hmm.
Some of them haven't even had sexual intercourse with a man.
But you know what?
You know,
I know one person, they had it because they had to have a partial hysterectomy because the doctors didn't want to push her totally into menopause because of thyroid issues and cyst issues. So they had to remove the issue,
right?
Which, it dampened on her life because she wanted to have kids. So yeah, certain things, the reason why we get pushed. Our body just says, look, this is what we're going to do. But I think also it's the food.
I think so. The food, some of the pills that we take for, different ailments and stuff that are generated through these companies. But we're not going to, we're not trying to drag companies into the mud like that. But even like we talked about earlier, chemotherapy, some people that go through it because of the fact that they had cancer and stuff that can also cause decrease in libido and stuff. And so, it's a lot. We as women, we go through so much, and, when it's all said and done, the best thing that we can do is talk about it, become more educated about it, pay attention to what you eat, pay attention to what you drink, pay attention to who you sleep with. A lot of these things, these factors take place, but still, when it's all said and done, overall, the changes that women go through, the natural order of things, is something that we cannot control, but we have to do whatever is necessary to make it a more tolerable transition for some, because some of us go through hell going through it, and some of us is like, oh, I didn't even know. Next thing you know, I ain't had no period. Lucky them.
That's my godmother. She was like, I was there and then I was gone. She said, I ain't have no problems.
The app is Mature Audience Radio. Mature Audience Radio. That's the app. You can go on Google or Apple and download it. And when you go on it, you could just click on, once it comes up and everything, you click on call in and click on what it says Ngozi at night, and then you'll get us. Me and Bev.
Hi, I'm here, y'all.
Yes, but hurry up because I'm about to get off. But you know what? But I will say this: what's cool is that we can be on here as long as we want.
Pretty much.
So it ain't. But
like we here.
Yeah, we're here. But I know Bev. She says, "Wait, all right." But I know Bev. Her behind.
I was like, all right, let's go.
She's sleepy She gonna be sleepy at 11:55 p.m.
No, I'm actually good. I'm trying to think. Did I take a nap today? No. What?
And that's another thing, forgetfulness. When you're premenopausal into menopause, forgetfulness is one of the major things that happen.
So I just had all of that just hit me all at once, huh?
Yeah,
I had the brain surgery that added on to forgetfulness, and then premenopausal and menopausal just totally. Because you know me, I was like, wait, let me write that down. Wait a minute. People be trying to talk to me and tell me stuff. We ain't gonna mention no names, Gozy. But
what are you talking about?
When you be trying to tell me stuff and I be telling you to wait a minute, I gotta write it down. If I don't write it down, what happens?
I have no idea.
See, exactly, that's what happens.
7 embarrassing symptoms you should never ignore when it comes to women.
Really?
Excessive sweating. That we can go through this when we're going through menopause. Even premenopausal. Being premenopausal, you can go through the excessive sweating. Because I'm sweating in places I ain't never sweat before. I'm sweating in my back. I'm like, where did this sweat come from? It be right there in the pool of my back. Like, really? Really?
Your hair can be causing that too.
Really? Okay. Painful bowel motions.
Please elaborate. I'm a little confused.
My cousin
on that
said
one.
under your knees. This can occur as a result of passing stool too frequently or infrequently. It is often due to hemorrhoids or fissures around the back passage. Straining due to constipation exacerbates this as it causes trauma to the surrounding area. So that's what a painful bowel motions.
And this can also be caused during that time.
Right. Because, sometimes when it's that time of the month, sometimes it feels dry when you go to poop. You be like, what the you have to drink a lot of water when you're menstruating, or when you're in your menses, as some people would like to say. Your nipple changes. This includes leaky or inverted nipples or skin changes around the nipple area. There are several causes for this, including problems with your hormones. Provided you are not breastfeeding, producing breast milk should be investigated, as it may be due to an excess of the hormone prolactin. This is a hormone produced by the pituitary gland, named so because of its role in lactation. The other 7, what I said, let me see, I didn't even say the 7 embarrassing symptoms. Let me see, that was 1, 2, 3, 4. The 4th embarrassing symptom is an abnormal smell. When the natural environment in the vagina becomes upset, this can lead to an overgrowth of bacteria, which causes a fishy smell. This is a condition called bacterial vaginosis, the most common form of discharge in women of childbearing age. It might be associated with discharge and itching. This is different from a yeast infection, which they also call thrush, which causes itch with an odorless discharge, can easily be treated with an over-the-counter medication such as, Sinestine cream. Depending on your symptoms and sexual history, your doctor may examine you and take samples to rule out other infections. A vaginal gel or antibiotic may be prescribed by your doctor. Usually, bacterial vaginosis doesn't cause further problems. However, if it occurs at certain times, such as during pregnancy, it may increase the risk of delivering earlier than expected. And this is also associated with a higher risk of sexually transmitted infections and inflammation of the pelvic region, so it's worth having it treated by the doctor. So if you are, usually if you're premenopausal or you're going through menopause, mainly when you're premenopausal, the abnormal smell is one of the 7 embarrassing symptoms that you should never ignore. Okay. That was number 4, right?
You said number 4.
Number 4. Okay, number 5, of course, the bloating. Though often harmless and due to eating foods or drink that produce excessive when bloating, can also be due to other conditions. If unexplained or associated with other symptoms, for instance, urine or bowel frequency, abdominal pain, then a visit to the doctor is warranted. So definitely understand that if you're bloating and stuff, please go to the doctor to make sure what's going on. And it could be also a sign of fibroids, because you can have fibroids and not be doing a lot of excessive bleeding. But you have to be very, very careful. And of course, they say that fibroids are common, affecting up to 40% of women. They say they're not harmful, but I don't care what anybody say. It is harmful if you're bleeding like crazy.
Yep.
Excuse me, because I lost so much blood when I was had my fibroids. I bled for 4 months straight. It was bananas.
I remember doing that too.
It was crazy. Incontinence. Women often find they leak urine when exercising, especially running, or when they cough, sneeze, lift something heavy, or if they laugh. And this happens again premenopausal and may even be during menopause as well.
You have to be a little careful with that, because some women get that even after having children.
No, I know that
the
too.
weakening of the bladder.
Yeah, I understand that too.
Because I sure enough do have that sometimes. You sneeze and you like, crap it.
Well, I know definitely that incontinence, feeling that feeling, I never, that wasn't an issue for me for having a child.
It wasn't either. I think it happened.
Yeah. I think it has a lot to do with premenopause and menopause. Yeah.
This is a whole lot of stuff.
I know.
Why we gotta go through this?
And it does say it can be due to an overactive bladder, like you said, which is known as urge incontinence. Okay. This is known now. When we get back, let's go back. When they cough, sneeze, lift something heavy, or laugh, it also says this is known as stress urinary incontinence, SUI, and can be due to the increase in abdominal pressure with exercise. Okay. Beatrice have joined. She ain't call. Why are you pissed?
That's because you probably can't get it.
In addition to... It did not work. It should have worked. In addition to exercise, other causes for this include medication, weak pelvic muscles, urine infections, to name a few. And definitely there's treatment options, which vary depending on the underlying cause. Okay. The other embarrassing thing, they call it the low libido. And the cause of this is complicated and could be due to physical, psychological, and social reasons, like we discussed a little bit earlier. Women can experience this due to hormone change. However, mental health problems such as depression are a common cause for this. Now, the part that we didn't touch on is that with premenopause, going into menopause, you can go through depression.
Yeah.
Okay, that is one of the things. You don't have that problem. That is one of the things, and that can create the libido, the drive to come down as well. So, but still, it's still a connection to premenopause and menopause. It's still a connection there, which you know what I'm saying? Yeah. So it's like you still have to be mindful. Women, if you're going through some things and you're going through changes when you was once a very happy-go-lucky person and all of a sudden you're not, your anxiety level is crazy and all that, look into it. Look into the fact that you may be premenopausal. Now, I remember for me, I know for a fact that there's certain things that they don't talk about. I have anxiety. And I'm also claustrophobic, and I stutter, and I'm very forgetful, and that is all a part of premenopause. I never had an issue with being in, places like elevators and stuff.
Right.
Never had those problems. All of a sudden, I have them. The sweats, the hot flashes. This past summer was probably the worst for me because I didn't have any air in my place at all. Okay, and remember we had those extreme heat. The heat level was bananas.
We have a caller.
Oh, we have a caller.
Yes.
Hello, caller. How are you? Hello? Hello? Can you hear us? Hey, Beatrice. Hey, how are you? I'm sorry, say it again. I'm doing fine. Yes. Well, thank you. I'm glad you can join us now. Are you going through are you premenopausal or are you going through menopause, or have you went through menopause? Oh, you done? So have your sex drive lessened because of it? You says no? No, darling. She says no, darling. Well, real quick, we have a young lady named Portia. She says hot flashes are straight from the pits of hell, and she's dealing with that now. They burn you like fire, girl. Tear the skin out of your face.
Oh, wow.
Wow, does it have to be the skin out of your face, though? Oh, okay. Never mind.
We ain't gonna just let her have that one.
Wait.